I'd describe Mae Douglas as a woman on a mission who cares deeply about her community and the people who have been left behind. She is about making this community a great place for everyone.
Biblically, there's the lion and the lamb. Mae always shows you the lamb side of her, which is mostly dominant, but she does have the lioness capacity.
She is selfless, she's talented, and she is a woman of her word. If Mae says something, you know that she's speaking the truth and will follow up on that.
You know, when I grow up, I want to be like Mae because she has energy, she articulates, she has strategy, and she cares about the community.
I think Mae is unique and exceptional in that she had a 30-year career in the corporate entity, and now, coming back here, she has essentially a second career. She really is devoting her life to volunteer services, to a number of organizations.
I think the fact that all of these boards want her speaks to the significance of her contribution. I mean, every major board in town wants her. And whether it's Cone or us or United Way or Community Foundation, all the significant civic organizations in town want her.
That's kind of who Mae is. She fully invests in something. If she says she's going to do it, she fully commits. And I think she wanted to fully commit to community service.
I said, Mae, I'm looking at your experience in the C-suite, I'm looking at your leadership role. You would make a great corporate director. Shall we talk about that some? And she said, absolutely not. I do not want to do anything for pay. I want to do everything for nonprofits. I want to give my time to these nonprofits.
It's her full-time job for which she doesn't get paid, right? She serves on multiple boards, including UNCG and Cone Health, and she does it tirelessly. She's our chairman of our board of trustees. She serves, of course, on UNCG. If you were to see Mae's calendar, you'd be amazed at how many hours in the day that she gives.
Time for her only means an opportunity to get it done. Not that, you do 8 hours and quit or 10 hours and quit. She does whatever it takes and has done this her entire life to make sure that the job is complete.
I just think it's her internal sense of justice and equity. And that she felt like the civil society in many ways was where she could help the most, and she has.
I'll say a few things about a big equity fund. Mae helped to conceive the notion of having a black fund at the Community Foundation in Greensboro, with the goal being to raise a large enough corpus that it could become enduring and be here forever.
She helped, again, through a collaborative process, helped us to envision what big might be here in Greensboro.
It's really a role model idea and a reason for all of us in the community to jump in and try to support it.
Well, Mae clearly understands that for Greensboro to be better, all of Greensboro has to be better. And so she is focused on trying to bring the whole community to higher levels and making sure that success is spread more widely.
That's a value that Mae holds and that resonates with her and that carries her forward, not only in the big leadership work that she does, but in Cone Health and her leadership there, and United Way. I mean, I think that's always present. That equity lens is always present for her.
One great example of that is her great advocacy around the Chavis Library work in East Greensboro. She's been a tireless advocate for increasing access in East Greensboro for health care, and she gave a large $1 million gift to help us start that work.
And no matter where she goes, she makes a positive impact. And I think that one of the reasons that she does that is that her relationship with God enables her to connect with people no matter who they are, where they are, and what they're doing.
I want to publicly thank Mae for not only her contribution to UNCG, but her contribution to the greater Greensboro community. This is a first-class public citizen, folks.
I want to thank NCCJ for selecting me to receive one of this year's Citation Awards along with Dr. Patrick Harman. So I am truly grateful, honored, and humbled that you would select me from among so many deserving individuals who also serve and have a positive impact in our community every day. This recognition is also very special to me because I have served on the NCCJ board, and their mission is in alignment with my own personal values and needs to be a priority for our community. It certainly drives me in the work I have decided to focus on. I am also driven by my own lived experience. I am the daughter of parents who were sharecroppers in rural agricultural Robeson County, North Carolina. As sharecroppers, they could not own land. They rented from someone else in exchange for a share of the crops they produced, which did not always mean they were paid proportionate to the amount they worked. Thankfully, my parents left Robeson County and migrated to Greensboro with the goal to improve life for our family. My mother was a domestic worker who cleaned, cooked, and took care of other families' children. I was actually born at home by a midwife because we did not have access to health care, nor could we go to a hospital. Growing up in Greensboro in the 50s, my brother and I attended Bluford Elementary, Lincoln Middle, and Dudley High Schools. We played and participated in recreation activities at Noco Park and Windsor Community Center. After attending UNC Greensboro, I spent 37 years in the corporate sector living in Westchester County, New York, and Atlanta, Georgia. I decided to spend this next phase of my life back home here in Greensboro. I now understand that I live a life of privilege compared to my childhood, and made a decision to live a life of service driven by my family values of sharing what I have with others, my faith to support the least of these and the marginalized, and my personal values of love and justice and generosity. Greensboro is a diverse mid-sized city that is generous, caring, and has a strong sense of goodwill. Our reality is we live in a community in which many people don't have all the resources they need to live a good quality of life. Our size does allow us to work in collaboration and partnership with others to change this. Even with its racial history, I have optimism about Greensboro and believe we are able to rise above partisan divides to promote equality in all its forms, particularly today as the rights of certain segments of our society are being suppressed and reversed. Let's be comfortable with being uncomfortable and use our voices and influence to focus on the systems and structures that cause inequity and injustice in our community. Each day is a gift, and I wake up committed to helping others have greater access and experiences greater than they could dream or imagine. I think about that little girl whose parents dare to dream bigger than a farm life and want to see other families have a better future.